Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a get ready with me. So if you're interested to see how I went from this to this using my Shop My Stash items, please keep on watching. If you haven't seen my Shop My Stash video, I will leave that in the description box and I'll have it in the cards above. I know I'm super late in filming this video, but life has just been really hectic. I had to travel. I had a little bit of a cold, so I really apologize for such a delay in this video. Like I promised, I am gonna go ahead and film a Shop My Stash get ready with me. So yeah, here we are. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Make sure to click that bell button so you are notified every time I upload a video. And give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy Get Ready With Me videos, or if you enjoyed this video, find it helpful while you're watching. So here we go, fresh face, fresh out of the shower. My hair is still a little damp. The only thing I have on my face is my moisturizer. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I am gonna go ahead and prep my skin with the Smashbox Photo Finish. I do enjoy this step with any makeup look that I'm doing. Okay, so for my previous Shop My Stash video, I had pulled in the Buxom Ash K Home eyeshadow palette, and I did have some requests to go ahead and use this one today, so this is the one I'm going to use on my eyes. For the face, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Tarte C Hydroflex foundation. I used it a couple times and it was okay. I need to use it a little bit more so I can like see what I really think about it. And then the other request that I had for one of my face items was for the bronzer, and that was the Dior Natural Bronze. So I will be using that one as well. I'm gonna get started with my eyes. Like always, I prime my eyes with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I cannot wait to be done with this. I miss my MAC Paint Pot, but I really need to finish this guy. I don't find that it's as good as the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. It's okay, but I miss the MAC Paint Pot. I do have a compact over here that I'm gonna just see what I'm doing, you know? So yeah, how's everybody's, I guess it's the end of the summer already. We haven't started officially, we haven't started fall yet. So how's everybody's summer ending this year? My son is finally starting kindergarten. He started 3 weeks ago. Oh boy, it's been longer than that actually. Unfortunately, I missed his first day of school. I was traveling, I was out of town, but he is still at the same school that he always went to. So I didn't feel too bad about missing his first day, but of course I would have really liked to be there with him. So I know that these videos tend to be pretty long. I hope you guys grabbed a snack, grabbed a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, something to get you through. Because yeah, I know they're gonna be long. I've used this palette quite a few times already, and I really enjoy it. I'm glad that I stuck to my gut and kept it, because I watched a couple reviews. I think it was Emily Noel. She used this palette and she said it wasn't very cohesive in her mind, but I do really like it. I think I am gonna go ahead and stick to probably this section over here. These colors over here. Maybe I'll do a pop of color, but yeah, I'm just gonna stick with these. I am gonna go ahead and get started with the shade Unfiltered. I am gonna put that on in my crease, and ooh, look at that. It still has the plastic. Yay! Yeah, I'm excited. I'm always excited to peel these off. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm applying that shade in the crease and a little bit more on my lid as well, just to kind of like prime the eye. I never set my Too Faced primer. I don't usually set my primer in general. So this step is kind of like setting it, you know. I'm not doing anything crazy with the eyes today. I do have some errands to run. And I still, you know, I have things to do today. I'm not going super crazy on the eyes, but I really wanted to film this video because I am ready. I am absolutely ready to switch out the items that are in my everyday makeup drawer. It's time. It's been like almost a month since I filmed or since I pulled the items in. So now that that shade is in the crease, there is some fallout in the palette, but that's fine with me. It's not a make or break. Now, after that one shade, which was the shade Unfiltered, it was this shade that I started with. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the shade that's right next to it, shade 1989. And I am gonna go ahead and I apply this one pretty much in the same spot I applied the first shade, but a little bit lower, so not as high up. Yeah, I'm still sticking to a really large buffing brush because I don't want this shade super intense. I just want it, you know, all over basically. It's blending really nicely. It's not overly pigmented where like you're just kind of like, oh my god, what just happened. It's good. It's a good palette, and considering the prices in the new eyeshadow palette prices nowadays, $39 for this 12 pan palette is a pretty good deal in my opinion. And I've had a good experience with it so far. Like I said, I've used it multiple times. So I'm gonna stick to that shade 1989, and then I'm just gonna go in on the other eyelid. Okay, now that I have that shade, I am gonna start deepening out the outer V. I'm just using a blending brush, and this is by e.l.f. and I'm gonna go with the shade, the deeper shade that's in here, which is Rich. I'm gonna use this shade. I'm gonna place it first in my outer V, and then I will go ahead and probably drag it a little bit inwards, and then we'll use the shade that's right next to it for a shimmer shade on the lid. So putting it in my outer V. So right where I placed the color at first, which is my outer V, that's where I want the most color payoff. And I'm still gonna drag it down because I do want that base, or drag it inwards because I do want that darker base for the next shade that I'm gonna use, which is the shimmery shade in the palette, or one of the shimmery shades in the palettes. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. This brown, it's very like a neutral brown. Kind of leans a little bit on towards the black side. Maybe it's just a little bit more cooler tone. It's not as warm tone as I thought it would be. But hey, that's okay. We do like the combination of cool and warm. Okay, now that I have that rich shade pretty much all over my lower, all over my lid, I am gonna go ahead and go with the shade Dynasty. I do want to put this guy all over my eye. I haven't used it yet. I've only swatched it, so I don't know what it's gonna perform like. I think I will use a flat shader brush. I'm gonna try it first without wetting my brush. I'm just gonna try and pick out the shade and then see how it goes, and if we have to, I'll either wet my brush or... Actually, it looks like it's going to be a little flaky. Maybe I should just go ahead and wet my brush. I do have a mini MAC Fix Plus. I'm just going to spritz my brush. Picked up the shade, spritz my brush, and I'm just going to dab it all over my lid. Hopefully it's not too wet. It feels a little wet. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Ooh, it's beautiful. I'm happy that I spritz my brush. Ooh, that's really beautiful. I am going to use a different shade in my inner corner a little bit later, so let's go ahead and do the other lid. My brush is still a little wet, so I didn't spritz it again. Maybe I should have, for more color payoff, you know? That looks stunning. I think the only thing I'm gonna do at this point is I'm just gonna blend the edges very lightly, or maybe I should wait for this to dry. I'm gonna blend them back. I'm gonna blend the edges, so like the shimmery shade, the edges of the shimmery shade with the rest of the eye with the shade Rich again. Just kind of like get it all seamless. I don't want any harsh lines. Taking a very little amount on my blending brush from e.l.f. And again, I'm gonna start with the outer V. and then very lightly blend it. Ooh, that's beautiful. Let's do the other eye. I think I'm pretty happy with the eyes the way they are now. I will be finishing up the lower lash line after I do my foundation and concealer. The primer, I had two primers in my Shop My Stash. I did have the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, like the pore minimizing one. And I also had the Heart Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. Out of the two, if I had the choice, like, okay, which one do I want to use? I really prefer this one much more than I like the other one. They're just hydrating primers, especially this one. It's kind of like gets a little tacky. I think it's supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip. I've only tried a little sample of the Milk Hydro Grip, so I haven't, I never owned that whole, like the full size primer. I think it is maybe very comparable. I don't really remember what I thought of the Hydro Grip. I do remember that it was a little tacky. Remember that I really enjoyed it, but that's all I remember. Here we go. Let me see. Where is my foundation brush? I need a... Oh, I have a new one. I think I should try this one. This is by Haley's Beauty. I placed an order on their website, which I will have a haul coming pretty soon again on my channel. I placed an order. They had 30% off their website, and I picked up one of their brushes. I believe this is just like the buffing brush. I think I'm gonna try this one today with this foundation. The shade that I have is 32S Medium Sand. Actually, it was a pretty good match. It's not as dark as I thought it might be. So I'm just gonna shake it, get a little bit on my finger. It is pretty liquidy. Kind of like how you would expect from the name. So there we go. I think this might be good to start with, and if I need any more, I'll just have to get some more. Yeah, let's see how this brush works. Definitely gonna have to pick up a little bit more foundation. If I want a little bit more coverage. It did not spread as much as I thought it was going to. I'm gonna need some for my nose. It is applying pretty nicely in this brush. I haven't tried this foundation with a sponge, and I don't think I will try it using a sponge. I do not like serum foundations with a sponge. I feel like the sponge ends up soaking everything, unless it's like a dry sponge, but I find the brush is a little bit softer than a dry sponge. It doesn't smack you right in the face like a dry sponge would. Okay, I'm gonna have to build up the coverage a little bit more. I'm gonna need a little bit more for my nose, but yeah, okay, now I remember this foundation. I used it right when I first pulled it into my stash, and then I totally just stopped using it. I had some other foundations that I've been working on finishing that are really close, so I haven't used it as much as I should. Okay guys, to be honest, I'm not really in love with this foundation. I understand it's a serum foundation, and I'm fine with light coverage. I do really enjoy light coverage, but I just feel like with this one, it's a little bit patchy. Like on my chin area, I couldn't get it to build up. The same around here, around my nose. For a serum foundation, I prefer the Fenty Ease Drops a lot more than I do like this one. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really that happy with it or excited about it. For concealer, I pulled in a couple into my stash. The ones that I'm thinking about using today, maybe I'll go ahead and use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. We're gonna try this one, the L'Oreal concealer. This is in the shade 360 Cashmere. So, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this guy. And then I do have my beauty blender. It's not as wet as it was when I first washed it, which was like 30 minutes ago. Let me go ahead and blend that guy out. I guess we're having a light coverage kind of day. Light coverage on the concealer. My sponge is absorbing a lot of it because it's not super saturated anymore, but it's okay. We'll don't have much stuff to do. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and return that foundation, which is a bummer. I remember the day that I used it before. It was when we went to Disneyland. I know it's been so long. Like, I went to Disneyland a month ago. And I was like, I thought it was fading because it was really hot, and yeah, it was really hot, and I was walking around, I was wearing a mask, so I didn't really think much about the fading. I was like, okay, that's kind of expected. But to not be able to build it up like on my chin, and it's not like the first time I used this primer either, so I don't know. I feel like I'm struggling today with it. Struggling today with this concealer too. It's not my favorite, to be honest. I prefer the one from Milani a lot more. Might have to, I know I have 2 shades of this concealer. I might have to declutter the lighter shade, because this is even light and this is the deeper of the two. It's not great that I would want to keep them, you know? Keep 2 shades. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and push everything back into my skin. Oh goodness, I feel like, I shouldn't have done that. That picked up my, can you see this? Yeah, I ended up picking up my foundation. Let's try and salvage the situation. I was just trying to blend the concealer in with the foundation and totally picked up the foundation. Oh gosh, okay. Let's see, can I make it work? If this doesn't work, he's going back. It's been over 30 days. It hasn't been 60 days yet, thank God. But I don't know. I mean, I work hard trying to make things work for me. And I love foundations. Okay. I guess that was decent. I just still find it like patchy. Let's see. We're just gonna roll with it, you guys. Oh, it's lifting up around my nose now. Oh gosh, okay. Gosh. Oh, what a bummer. Oy. What's happening? Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something to salvage this situation. I guess I'm just gonna try and bounce the Beauty Blender all over my face. If we end up with barely any coverage, that's fine. We're just gonna go with it. I tried my best. I know, I'm sorry. Okay, to be honest, I would not recommend the foundation. Like, as you can see, like, my sponge picked up everything from here, but I had to do it because it was just not, okay, moving right along. Not that I have anything to set, but let's go ahead and set, and hopefully this will salvage the situation. I guess maybe I can try this powder. I'm gonna use the Puff Puff Pass by Kimchi Chic for under my eye, and I'm gonna try and set my face with the Urban Decay Prince All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. I remember the couple times that I've used this guy, it had some color, so maybe that will help the situation a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna do my under eye first with the Puff Puff Pass. I'm just gonna use a Too Faced. This is the small tapered, not Too Faced, e.l.f. small tapered brush. I have no creases under my eye. I have like nothing under my eye. This is a bad makeup day. Oh, my concealer creased badly. Hopefully this helps my situation a little. Gives me a little bit of coverage maybe. Not supposed to, it's translucent, but. And now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter. Where is my brush? She's freshly cleaned. Look at her. Oh, she beautiful. Let me go ahead and set my face. Oh, okay. Hope to get a little bit color back. Okay, thank God that had a little bit of color. Okay, I feel like the Urban Decay powder salvaged the situation a little bit. Yeah, if you watch my next Shop My Stash video and I do not have that foundation in in my everyday drawer, that means I returned it. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted anyways. Okay, for bronzer, I am gonna go ahead and use the Forever Natural Bronzer by Dior. Ooh! And the shade that I have is 05 Warm Bronze. I have a brand new brush, like brand spanking new. I just opened it. This is the Real Techniques blush brush, but I love it for bronzer. I hope it's still the same as the one that had the orange handle. Mine was just destroyed. I had to declutter it. I had to like call it an empty. I used it for years. So it's a brand new brush. Again, I hope that it's still the same thing as the one they had before. This is a pink handle. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit of that bronzer. It is a little bit deeper, but I really like this brush because it distributes color really nicely and it's not gonna look like a slap of product right in one spot. Okay, still, I think the brush is still good. I like the fact that it has the looser bristles, like I said, especially for really pigmented bronzers, which this one seems to be a little bit more pigmented than some other bronzers that I have, and a little bit deeper in shade. So I feel like this brush is doing a good job with applying it. Let me bronze up my forehead. I really like how natural this bronzer looks. Like the natural bronzer name for it is perfect. I felt like it went on really nicely. It blended super nicely and it looks really, really good. I haven't decided which blush I want to use, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up my under eye area. One eyeliner that I just absolutely do not like, but I spent $28 on it and I'm gonna use it, is my Patrick Ta eyeliner. This is in the shade Deep Bronze, the Precision Gel Liner in Deep Bronze. I don't have much left in it and it's kind of like it broke out of the tubes. This is all I have left. I hate this thing. It flakes everywhere after I apply it and like start blending it. It flakes everywhere. Some stuff remains in my waterline, but a lot of it flakes. Again, I spent way too much money on this guy. I am gonna use it. I'm gonna use it all the way up. And yeah, I would not recommend this product either. But let me go ahead and I apply that in my waterline on my lower lash line. Okay, now that that's applied, I am gonna go ahead and get a small detail kind of brush. Let's see which one. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. I don't know what's it called. This is the V16 by BH Cosmetics, but it's super tiny. I'm gonna pick up that darkest brown shade that we used on the top lash line, this one over here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and press it really, really close to my lower lash line, like super, super close. There you go. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and use the fluffier blending brush. Without picking up any product, I'm just gonna buff or, you know, smudge out whatever that shade that we just applied, or blend it out, I guess. I'm gonna stick with the same brush, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the shade 1989, which was that one orangey shade, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I apply that below the dark rich shade. I'm gonna start, I guess, with the center and then I'm just gonna blend it all out, and I'm gonna bring it under the outer V area. think that's looking really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the first brush that I used, which is the big eye blender brush, and I'm gonna use the first shade that we went into, which is the shade Unfiltered. I'm gonna pick up just a little tiny bit of this shade, and then I'm gonna buff below that orange shade that I applied on both lower lash lines. Awesome. I really like the way the eyes look. I am going to go ahead and apply some black wing liner and then lash my mascara, but I'll wait on that until towards the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and put some blush on. I think maybe we can go ahead and do, I'm kind of in between two. I pulled in like a couple into Shop My Stash. I have the Laura Mercier blush. This is the blush color Infusion and the shade is Peach. And then the other blush that I'm considering is the Buxom blush, the Wonderlust Primer Infused blush in the shade Mykonos. They're both very, very similar. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go with the Laura Mercier just a little bit. It seems a little bit more on the warmer side than the Buxom blush. So I'll just go ahead and apply this blush. Ooh, hello. Bringing life back to my face after all that powdering we had to do. I think it's looking absolutely gorgeous. We were able to salvage this look. Now let's do a highlight. I don't have that many options of highlight, but I think I'm gonna use the highlight that is in the Bobbi Brown Face and Cheek palette. I think this would go, I think from what I remember, this would be, no, it's more on the cool tone. Well, let's see, I'm gonna have to go with, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the Bare Minerals highlighter. This guy is in the shade Free. It's a really beautiful highlighter. Definitely light. Well, I wouldn't say super light, but it's a bright highlight. We'll just say that. Apply that onto my cheeks. I'm gonna bring it a little bit on under my brow, perimeter of my face. Whew, it's a pretty highlight. I think it goes pretty well with this look too. And my brow. I am gonna go ahead and use it under my brow after I do my brows with a more precise brush. And I'm just gonna go right on top of that with whatever was left on my blush brush. Kind of blend everything back together. I think it's looking really good. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. This is in the shade 2. I'm gonna use this on a really large finishing brush or buffing brush. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of this product and I'm just gonna go ahead and buff everything together. Barely applying, like I'm trying my hardest not to apply any pressure, but I do really like this powder from Laura Mercier. Find it to be super fine. It does not really alter the rest of my makeup. For brows, I hardly have anything left. This is the Kosas Clear Brow Gel. Not really clear for me anymore. I'm not gonna put any color in them. I have really been enjoying this one, so I'm just gonna apply this all over my brow, fluff them up, and then we'll highlight under the brow area. Oh, I love this thing. It's gonna be a definite repurchase. You might be seeing it in my favorites and fails videos, which according to today, we're gonna have quite a few fails. Yeah, there's not much left in here. I really need to pick up a new one. It has been the only thing I've been using in my brows. I have not been using any brow pencils or powders or any, not that I do. I always use just a brow pencil and, you know, a gel. But this just been amazing that I haven't been using anything else with it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a small, like a little tiny brush. I do wanna do my inner corner highlights and under my brow. Let me see, what brush do I have that's clean that I could do that with. guess I only have this one. This is by BH Cosmetics, and it is called brush number 10. I'm gonna go ahead and grab, I'm kind of like debating, do I want to use the highlighter or do I want to use this palette? Maybe I will use, I'm gonna use this palette. I'm gonna use the shade, the lightest shimmery shade. This is the shade Living. I'm just gonna pick up some with that brush, and I'm gonna put it right in my corner, in my inner V. Inner corner? Inner V? Inner corner? I don't know. Inner highlight. Inner corner. And then I'm gonna do the same on the other side. And then I'm gonna use the same shade under my brows. And then, I know it looks kind of crazy, but we're gonna buff it out in a second. Okay, here we go. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm gonna drag it into the inside part of my brow, like under my brow. Okay, and with nothing on my blending brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and buff. Okay, I went ahead, I applied my liquid liner. Yeah, my wings never look the same. I used the Glam Light Calligrapher eyeliner. I think it's starting to dry out a little bit. I might have to like finish it up and put it in my empties. For setting spray, let's see, I have, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. It's one of my favorite setting sprays, so I'm just gonna apply that. Okay, I think with the setting spray, the look seems salvageable a little bit. Okay, when had I applied my mascara? The one mascara that I did use is the Pat McGrath Labs Fetish Eyes Mascara. I just absolutely love it. Again, I do use a Grande Lash Serum pretty much every single night. I'm currently, and I'm now, yay, an ambassador for Grande Cosmetics, which is super exciting for me. I'll have my code in the description box below if you guys want to save 15% off your order. I don't make any commission or anything, just an affiliate code. Is it affiliate code? Whatever. It's a discount code for you guys. Again, I don't make any money or anything, but I'm so happy to finally be, you know, working with them, because I've been using the Grande Lash Serum for years and years and years. Probably 10 years or so. Anyways, so yeah, I applied that mascara. I did not use any falsies. And for lip product, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the Glam Light. This is in this shade. It's a lip gloss, and this shade is Caramel. I think it would go really well with this look, keeping it a little bit on the lighter side. That smells so good. It feels really good on the lips too. Here we go, and this is the final look, you guys. I know we kind of struggled today. I definitely had some fails, like this foundation. I mean, I could make it work at the end by applying a ton of powder, but it shouldn't be the case. I shouldn't have to pile on my powder so much. Excuse me, it didn't really work with the brush. I couldn't get it to stick onto my face, and then when I used the beauty blender, it just completely lifted everything off. So this was definitely a fail for me. The same with the concealer. I keep trying with these, like this specific concealer. I picked up the deeper, a little bit deeper shade. The other shade that I have it over here. I was like, maybe it's the shade because the shade is too light, but actually, never mind. That was, I grabbed the wrong one. Where are you? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. I mean, I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter these. I had the shade 345. I thought it wasn't working for me. I wasn't getting the hype that everybody like hyped this product to be. I didn't really enjoy it. So I'm like, okay, maybe because I need a little bit deeper shade. Even with the little bit deeper shade, I still don't like it. Like, I really do not like this concealer. I may go ahead and try it with a different foundation because now I own two of them and they're way past the time where I could like exchange them or return them. So I think I'm gonna keep trying it a little bit. I'm definitely gonna declutter the lighter shade. This shade was already too light, but I'm gonna keep trying with it. I'm gonna try it with different foundation. Could be the fact that my foundation was just absolutely awful today. These were my absolute fails. Sorry, my battery died, so I went ahead and fluffed my hair a little bit now that it's dry. Yeah, the eyeshadow palette, I think the look turned out absolutely amazing. I did really like the bronzer. It's just super natural. The blush, the highlight, everything I really enjoyed. The only thing, again, that I did not like, and I think it was a complete fail and really frustrated me, was the foundation concealer combo. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think? I mean, I tried my best to make this work. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a long video. If you stuck with me all the way to the end, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.